All right, the women's final is set, and what a matchup we got here. It is, I think we can all agree, the two best women's players of the year. Iga Swiatek, clearly the number one, but Ons Jabeur, clearly the number two if you look to the race to the end. Fort Worth, I guess, is where the WTA finals will be played. So the two best players playing in the US Open final, you gotta love it. We're gonna look at how they got here, their form in this tournament. I'm gonna recap their 2022s just to look at how amazing they've been and kind of preview this matchup, and then stay tuned until the end of this video for my prediction, which was totally wrong in the semifinals. So it should be totally right here, right? Here's the slice presented by PointsBet Canada. Let's get into it. All right, go ahead and roast me. Like I said, my predictions for the semifinals were wrong. I took Caroline Garcia. I thought she'd be able to smoke through the court. She didn't play her best, but Ons Jabeur also played perfect counterpunching and attacking tennis through that court. And then I had Swiatek losing to Sabalenka for good reason, it seemed. Sabalenka up 4-2 in the semifinal over Swiatek, and then got a little tight, and Swiatek just says nope and came back from 4-2 down to win the last 4 games of the match, just stealing it from Sabalenka. So I was wrong, but that's fair enough. They were the better players. So we got Swiatek and Jabeur in the final here. And I'm stoked. The slice is presented by PointsBet Canada. So if you're going to bet on the final, you need to know the odds, which are 1.55 at this time for Swiatek to win, and then 2.55 for Jabeur for the upset. So makes sense. Swiatek is the favorite, but as we know, Jabeur's had a great season as well. So it's just going to be a battle. So if you're in Ontario, Canada, and you want to support the site, sign up for PointsBet. Click the link below, and you can enjoy $50 free to try your luck. Swiatek and Jabeur career head-to-head on the WTA level is 2-2 head-to-head. So they've both beat each other twice. Kind of what's on the line in this matchup in the final. Swiatek looking to prove that she's 1,000% the top dog on the WTA tour. Obviously winning the French Open already, winning the 6 titles in a row, 37 match win streak, I think it was. I think we all know she is the number one right now. But if Ons Jabeur beats her in the final of the US Open, that's they both got one major in 2022. So that makes it a little closer, doesn't it? And then I think Ons Jabeur is trying to avenge her Wimbledon loss. Obviously it wasn't to Swiatek, but I think, she felt pretty devastated that she didn't win Wimbledon. She maybe was a favorite in that final against Rybakina. So she's looking, next major up, she's got another chance to be in the final. So you got to love that for Ons Jabeur. Unbelievable. Unstoppable. That's what I call her. So that's going to be interesting, seeing kind of the pressure and how both these women handle it, because they both have stuff to lose in this final, but they definitely both have things to win as well. Like I said, in the semifinals, Swiatek cleaned up her game, and as this tournament's gone on, it looks like she's cleaned up her game a lot. Obviously, a few not bad losses, but just a few losses after Wimbledon, or including Wimbledon and in the North American hardcourt swing leading up to the US Open. But she's cleaned it up and figured out these balls that she was complaining about in Cincinnati. And Jabeur as well, hitting through the court really well. As in the Garcia matchup, she really was offensive, flatter offensive, and just seems to be adapting to the court well. And then the counterpunching was perfect as well. So I think she's going to need a lot of the counterpunching clearly against Swiatek. So we'll see how that goes. But before that, let's just take a look back. Let's wind the clock back to their 2022 seasons, just to kind of wrap up where they're at right now. Swiatek's 2022 or Australian Open semifinals, underrated result for her. People don't even talk about it. Then she just went on that crazy run after Dubai, where she won Qatar, Indian Wells, Miami, Stuttgart, Rome, and then the French Open. All titles, just craziness. She didn't even play Madrid, so she let Ons Jabeur win Madrid. But just an unbelievable run there, being super, super, super dominant. She cooled off a bit with Wimbledon and after that, like we said, but that's how she got to number one, clear number one in the world, and one of the most impressive runs we've ever seen in tennis. Jabeur, on the other hand, missed the Australian Open, but then she won Madrid. That kind of got her season really going, and then she made the Rome final the next week, losing to Swiatek. Then she won in Berlin in grass. I was there on the grounds that week. Then she made the Wimbledon final, which is amazing. So she, like we said, she didn't get the win there, but now she's in the US Open final again. So 2 major finals at least 2 other titles for Jabeur. And, if you can see, I'll put it here, the live points race to Fort Worth, she's the clear number 2. So she's going to be the number 2 seed rank person at the end of the year. So both women have had incredible 2022s. So coming into this match, they both have a lot to be confident about. I think they're both going to be nervous. If I'm on Jabeur, it's pretty scary to play Iga Swiatek across the net. But if I'm Iga Swiatek, it's also pretty nerve-wracking to play on Jabeur, who's just such a good athlete, can mix it up, unstoppable. So yeah, they both have pressure. They both have the talent. They both have the game to get it done, and they both really clearly want it. You can see it in their celebrations and their semifinal victories. It was just electric. So prediction time. I said I'd give a prediction, and obviously this one's very close. My thinking is, and I could be wrong. My thinking that is Iga Swiatek is my prediction to win. People are like, oh, she's the number 1. My prediction is because she hits the bigger ball between the two, and on these quicker courts, I think the strategy to beat people who hit big like Rafa, you got to be aggressive with them. You can't let them get on the front foot. You have to go attack them. You got to fight fire with fire, basically. Sabalenka did that very well against Swiatek. Obviously, she was in a position to win 4-2 up, but she couldn't keep it up. And Sabalenka hits bigger than Ons Jabeur, let's be fair. Sabalenka was absolutely murdering the ball, and then she started making mistakes. Can Ons Jabeur get Swiatek onto the back foot for long enough to win the match? I don't know. My guess is no on these faster courts, but I could totally be wrong. She could totally do that. Iga could not play a good match, but my prediction is Iga in 3 sets. I think it's going to be an absolute battle. I hope it is. If it's not, it's probably both players haven't played their best. So we'll see. But that's my pick. That's kind of my rough preview of the final, but I just can't wait for the final. I'm sure you guys can't either. So let me know your predictions below, your thoughts on this matchup, and let's pay some respects to these 2 ladies' amazing 2022 seasons, and may the best woman win. That's what it's about, seeing the best players play at the biggest stages of the majors, and that's what we got on Saturday. So I am stoked. That's the slice. We'll see you next time.